If you're not listening to the Smoke World podcast, you're wasting your time, you mortal.
What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Smoke World. I'm your host, Stone. So go grab that stick, go grab a glass or whatever you're drinking. Let's sit back and have a conversation. You can follow me on Instagram at SmokeWorld50 and send those emails into SmokeWorld50@gmail.com. Today, I have the pleasure of having one of the rap pioneers, producer, actor on your favorite podcast, folks, Smoke World. I have MC SHAN in the building. What's up, bro?
I'm chilling like a villain. Like I say, I wake up in the morning, I'm good all the time.
That's what's up, bro. So, because this is Smoke World, we discuss every now and then we talk about cigars on here, brother. So, the first question my listeners may want to know, I'm going to have to ask this question. Do you smoke cigars, brother?
White owl, white grape, but I bust the middle inside out and replace the tobacco with something else.
Oh, yeah, boy. and what do you pair that with, brother? I said, what do you pair that with? That's just a straight smoke. What you drinking with that, brother?
Oh, you know I drink my whistles. I got my Moscato on deck right now. What do you mean?
Oh, hamburger. That's what's up. All right, so, brother, we're going to get right into this whole concept because, again, some folks don't know, some folks do know. Let's start this whole story, brother. Tell us where you from.
I'm from Queensbridge, born and raised, and now I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, so now you're in Atlanta. Okay, that's what's up. All right, let's get into the MC SHAN of life. Boom, you're in Queens. You're growing up. Did you have a passion for rap? What was this? I mean, everybody was rapping back in the day. Who was you looking up to as a rapper back in the day?
Well, that was at my time. That was something new. We would go to the parks and just watch the regular street jams when somebody got a plug coming out their house and crossing the street, and it's plugging up to equipment in the park. And so it never was thought about as a career, nothing like that. It was just something we witnessed in the park at that point. And having a favorite MC, back then everybody was rhyming like a yes, y'all, and you don't stop, keep on to the break of dawn. So anybody could say that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't until people like Grandmaster Cass and Melly Mel came around and was saying something different other than that. Cool Mo D. Cool Mo D was on a level where you had to be a scholar to understand the crazy words he was coming up with. But that's the type of lyrics that it elevated to instead of the yes, y'all, so you don't stop.
Taking everybody back in the day. Okay, so now you saying this is a new thing. You hooked up with Roxanne. Now tell that story because I saw a video and you told the story in reference to Roxanne Shante. Was y'all friends? I guess y'all grew up together. What was that scenario?
Before hip hop and all that, Shante was the youngest booster in Queensbridge. Anybody don't know what a booster is? That's the people that, you know, back in the days, our hustle was different. Boosters would go to Macy's and bag up everything. And Shante was like the little young booster, but she also rhymed. And so Shante made that record, which actually saved her life. And also saved my life at the same time because when Shante made that record, Roxanne, she took me on tour with her.
Oh, interesting.
And so that's how I got my introduction into the world, was through one of the biggest stars of the time. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't like it was a given. I had to still hold my own. You know what I mean?
No doubt there. Because now Roxanne was shot. She got signed before you.
Oh yeah, long before me. I was running around on tour with her for 6 months singing the Marley Scratch with no record deal.
Marley Scratch. Now speaking of Mar, how are you and Marley Marl hook up? What was that dynamic?
The dynamic was you just made a record with Shante and I want to make a record. I'm the nicest out here on the bench, but here goes the point. how was I going to impress Marley Marl enough to let him for him to hear me out? So what I did was I went and wrote Molly Scratch, and I wrote Molly Scratch on a brown paper bag. They don't give you brown paper bags no more, but back in the days they had more than one use for them carrying their groceries at home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay, so you wrote that. And what was the next move? Because, like I said, I want to paint the picture for the folks that are listening, taking them back in time.
The next move was, after that, there was this jam in the park, in Queensbridge Park, River Park. They had many showcases there. And we just came off a tour, like 5 o'clock in the morning. Molly said, yo, let's write this song about Queensbridge. And so what I did was I got an envelope and I wrote down certain jot points, Jappy Jap, names, Cousin Bruce, and I actually did the bridge off the top of my head. But I just had those pieces of little stick points. That's why you hear so much breath in between on the verses. A brother who's known for his rap, Jappy Jap, Larry Lanther, because I was thinking of the next verse to say.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. That's what's up on that. Now, for those who don't know, the difference now and then is a lot different, brother. So what was the studio experience back then? Because, people listening now, some of the younger folks, they got computers. They doing everything off the software. Give them, take them back.
Easy.
Al, tell them about it.
Look, they got it easy. That's what make a lot of them think that they artists in the first place, because they got all this technology at their fingertips. My first recording was done on a 4-track cassette, non-industry standard, okay? In a living room. Wasn't no studio. Most of my first records were recorded in a living room with no vocal booth and a Shure ball mic like you see them rocking with in the party. Wasn't no technology to it. And look, and the sound was so dirty. And the major dudes was like, oh, that sound is so dirty that we came up with a name for it that they couldn't deny. It was called the dirty basement sound. And what the dirty basement sound actually meant was you was recording that in your living room.
Now, who was doing y'all recording for you back then?
Molly Marl.
Okay, so he was.
Let me give y'all a brief Molly Marl history. Molly Marl was the first one in history that ever sampled a record. I witnessed this with my own eyes. I witnessed the first sample ever being taken ever. Molly had this little box that he would trigger from the drum machine, and if you wanted a certain, but it didn't have, how y'all got a lot of time to sample things nowadays. You could sample a whole record in the computer. We only had 1.2 seconds, so we had to speed things up, slow things down and things like that. And so he put those drum machine sounds in there, triggered them off of the drum machine, and that's where you get all that flavor that you hear on Queensbridge. And from there it took off. I remember Herbie Azar, the one that produced Salt and Pepper, used to beg Molly, yo, how you do that? Once Herbie figured it out, it was off to the races from there for Herbie. Because, Herbie, he produced numerous hits in the game, too.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's also a Molly student at this. As am I. And when I decided to move on with my things that I learned from Molly Marl, I came out and I produced Informer, which was #1 in 7 countries at the same time. And that was my first production ever that I ever produced a record on.
So what was that experience like when producing opposed to being the artist?
You get more money, and you don't have to do all the work for it.
Oh, tell them again. You get more money and don't have to do all the work.
Exactly. You sit back and collect the checks just like your producer does. So go out and find yourself an artist that's credible. But nowadays, the game doesn't work the same because anybody can do this on the internet. You don't need a manager. You don't need you need somebody in your corner. But most of the things that we needed back then, if we had the internet back then, as hungry as we was, a lot of y'all artists wouldn't exist right now. because we'd have tore the internet apart. The internet would have been blew up long before y'all even came around. It's
bro.
because, see, now what happens is you can make a song. I'm living proof of this because I just put out a new record called Bounce. And I made it and I put it out from my bedroom. I put it all, I'll be around my house doing my thing. And it's distributed worldwide. Back in the days, if you wanted somebody, I'm from New York. If I wanted somebody down south to have my record, I either had to mail it, which was 7 days, and then he had a record day. And your record is amongst a bunch of other records that people sent them to listen to for that day. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But nowadays, the technology has made it so easy for people to distribute music as it's incredible. But it's a plus for people like me because I come from the age of used to having to ask, oh, can y'all sign me? Can I have a record deal, please? To, oh, I could put this out myself. I ain't got to mess with you. I ain't got to mess with you. I get all my money. If people like it, they buy it or stream it or whatever, and I'm good still. Man,
Change the game.
the game has changed for everyone. Now that the COVID hit, everybody's a podcaster. This is probably something that you've been doing for years and years and years. And now you've got everybody out of work doing what, trying to get in on your game.
Hey, it's enough room out here. I tell them, look, it's enough room. You can make your move. It's only one of you. Tell a story.
Check this out. My bottom line is stick to what you do best. Some people ain't cut out for it. You know what I'm saying? They just try it. It lasts for a week. It lasts for 2 weeks. And then you got to start posting other people's memes because you ran out of material.
Yeah, that's true. Say,
you
stay in your lane.
You interviewed everybody you can interview, and now you have nothing else to talk about.
Say, stay in your lane. In other words, stay in your lane.
Right. Do what suits you.
Now, I got to rewind just a little bit. I got to go back to the bridge where you and KRS, how did y'all get, what was that whole dynamic? How did that beef even start? Was it really a beef or was it just strictly something?
That was just the dynamics of hip-hop at that time. Hip-hop at that time, unlike it is now, it's a killing sport now. Where if you say something about a rapper, you can expect to die within the next week because somebody's going to pull out the hammer and blame you. All right, but back then it was a killing sport in another sense. It was a gladiator sport with words. And so this is why you have me and Chris still to today, and you still got Shan talking mess about Chris every other time he opened his mouth, because this is what hip-hop was. It's nothing personal. I don't take anything he says personal. Shan, you better get off the crack. None of that is not personal. That's what hip-hop was. And forever until I die and he dies, in both of our minds, we're going to consider ourselves the best. I'm going to have my opinion, he's going to have his, and everyone else is going to have theirs. You know? But the whole intention of it was, if you was an artist back then, you better have had that attitude, or else you was going to get crushed from the door.
All right, now how about you and LL? What was that all? I mean, was it the same dynamic?
Still same dynamic. Same dynamics. It was hip-hop. Wasn't nothing personal, no grudges or nothing like that. It was just that he took my beat at a time where we prided ourselves on don't steal a lyric, don't steal that. But that just goes to show you how many people were following Shan's footsteps. But I love Uncle L, and I'm not trying to,
Nah, no doubt. Nah, like I said, I'm just telling the story. You're going to tell
nothing up. Because let me tell you something. Since Uncle L has been in the positions that he is in now, he has reached out to Shan and say, yo, Shan, check this out. If you're interested, I can blank, blank, blank for you. I can, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what's up.
And so the things that we did as children were left there as children. And as grown men, he came to me and said, yo, I got the radio station. And Shan had to say to L, like, yo, L, you know me. I might be on the air for 2 hours and I got 4 hours left, and I'll be wanting to get up and say, you know what? I ain't doing this right now. I want to go smoke a blunt, drink a whizzle. I ain't doing this. So what he said was, you know how LL laughs. He had to just do his LL laugh and say, you know, you what, you right, Shan. But I pitched him my RV show, and right at the time, he asked the production people to call me. Since he couldn't do anything for me on that scale, I pitched him another idea, and he said, you know what, I like that. And he had the production people call me because I had a show called So You Think You Know Hip Hop, where I get people on my RV and you just get kicked off wherever we're at on the middle of 285 if you don't know the answers and whatnot. And two things for sure, when you come on Shan's game show, nobody's going to be a loser, and you're not going to walk away any richer than you came.
So what's going on with that? Is it going to happen? I like that idea.
It's still moving. Look. But it changed from the RV to the bus now. And anybody that follows my Instagram, MC SHAN1, can go back and see that I took a school bus and I built it and turned it into my private party bus.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't mine private party bus. You can rent it and make it your party bus. But I made a party bus.
I like that idea. I'm feeling that. Yeah, you need to make that move. You need to make that happen, brother. Definitely. I like
because
that.
Listen, what artists got to understand is there's going to come a day when you're a dinosaur old like me. Okay? You're not going to expect to come out with a record 30 years later and expect to make the same kind of money that you were making when you were 20 years old. You're not that popular anymore. So the money that you're making now, I would advise put it into something that's going to bring profits for later for you, your children, because hip-hop is a cool industry. They love you today. Well, I'm going to put, can I say a curse word real quick?
Bro, I told you could talk like you want to talk. I don't know why you're talking like you're a Christian, like you go to church every Sunday. Come on, man, stop playing.
No, because sometimes I have to show that I am intelligible because I speak fucked up all the time.
Are you looking for a new platform to connect with other cigar smokers, consumers, lounges, and brands while escaping tobacco-related rules of other social media platforms? Then look no further. Stogie Lives, the new social media platform for cigar lovers created by a female. So come join Stogie Lives, STOGIELIVES.com, where every cigar lover has a place to connect.
Hip-hop is a bitch, right? And when that bitch is finished with you, she spits you.
Well, hold on. Stop right there. Now, I know you was eating that steak, man. It sound like that phone getting jacked up. What you playing with that phone? You got that phone in your mouth between the steak. So try it. Say it again.
I'm good. Or did I say something fucked up? Am I here?
Yeah, baby. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Not using it in a derogatory or what you call it, but hip-hop is a bitch. All right? A bitch that don't love nobody. She'll suck you in, use you for what she can use you for, and kick you right the fuck the way out that she took you in. And that's just how it is. And that's since it became a corporate entity. The only thing that the corporate entity is worried about is how much dollar denominations that you can earn for them. There's no more development of careers where if your first album don't work, well, we're going to develop you and go for 2 and 3 albums. Now, it's if your first album don't work, we're going to find somebody else to replace you straight up. So we can milk you of everything we can with these 360 deals. And a lot of you artists, you got to understand this also. They're signing you to put you on the same internet you have at home. They're not giving you an album budget. They're not giving you a video budget, promotion budget, none of this. They expect you to do all of that, get your social media numbers up, get your views up and all that. And they say, well, for us to have our name on your thing, we're going to have to take 30%. 30% for the work that you're doing. What's the sense? If you can make 100,000 without them, you can make 200 without them. You don't need their name brand and their moniker on your stuff for you to sell more. And they're not doing anything extra for you. You're still shooting your own video, doing your own promotion, and hopefully you got a fan base big enough that they say, okay, your numbers are good enough, so we're going to take 30% of your dough.
All right, now you gave everybody the information on what's going on. What advice would you give the youngsters in this game? What should they do then? Just go do their own thing? What's MC Shan's advice at this point? Listen, you're hip hop, you R&B, you're artist, whatever you're doing.
Let me tell you what. Y'all have the greatest tool at your fingertips and you take it for granted. Back in the days, right, when I was a kid, I didn't have the PlayStations. The graphics on my video game were just dots and a little line across the screen that you hit this ping pong thing with. Yeah. We used to dream of virtual reality. We used to dream of these things. We used to dream of this internet. These are things that you have, and y'all take so much for granted that this is what it is, that you don't look at it like your greatest asset. This is how you promote yourself. This is how you gain your fan base now. This is how they made it easy for you to do what we couldn't do. We needed money to make videos. We needed a video budget, and then we had to go hire one of the flyest video makers to do your video. Now you can shoot your video on an iPhone, throw it in some program that's on your phone, edit it, distribute it to everyone, and you did it for $0. You had to pay your phone bill that month, and maybe you put a 512 gigabyte chip in your phone or something like that. But other than that, it cost you nothing but your phone bill for you to do the things that we had to take hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And how it worked back then, they'll give you a $250,000 advance, right? Now the point percentage, you pay them back. You get paid 50 cents per record. The record costs $10.99. You get paid 50 cents. So now you're paying them back $250,000 at 50 cents at a time. But each record was sold at $10.99. So by the time you give them back that $250,000 that they gave you for a budget, they made $18 million, and they're still telling you owe us $10.
Wow. There you go, folks. You better listen. The man just told you what it is, how it is, and what you need to do. Now let me ask.
That's how it was.
Well, no doubt.
They're messed up. They're messed up because this new age internet and all that. Now, let me tell you how you can distribute your music. If you got an album, you can go on TuneCore or one of these distribution spots. $49 for an album, $9 for a single. They'll collect your YouTubes. You pay a little extra. They'll collect your publishing, this, that, and the third. They'll put your music for a one-time fee. They don't take any residuals from you other than what Apple takes out or Spotify takes out for them distributing your music. But anything after that all comes to you. And you can do that on TuneCore.com or DistroKid. They all do the same thing. They put it on TikTok, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, any streaming distribution place. And it's all in your control, in your hand, and your career is yours. How much you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So make a career and get nothing out of it because that's what you put into it. If you're going to go ahead and keep wearing $300 belt buckles and $500 jeans and $600 sneakers and a $1,200 shirt and not invest no money into people, you're going to have to pay somebody. There's DJ clans that's how they live. You know what I'm saying? In order to get your music distributed to a coalition of DJs, you may have to pay a certain fee. Okay? But maybe if you wouldn't have bought them stupid, ugly-looking sneakers you're wearing, you can pay these people so that your music can get to the hands of the DJs who make you nowadays.
Bro, you spitting some knowledge to them now. Are you available for consulting? Is that a side piece? Because you need to be consulting these folks.
I'm available for consulting, but I don't charge for my consulting. For something that I learned, I feel it's my obligation and duty to pass it on to the next generation of those that are just like me in the position that I was when I was there. If I had somebody to just give me this free knowledge and free information back then, I'd have been so appreciative of it. And since that's the type of character that I am, that's why I do these things that I do on my internet. And I say the things that I say, and I constantly preach these things. I'm not going to charge any consulting fee. Are you crazy? Just holler at your Uncle Shan on the internet. Yo, I'll be glad to chat it up with you. It's not a problem.
Matter of fact, get a handle out again so they know where to follow you, brother, so they can go get some of this knowledge.
MC Shan 1. MC SHAN with the number 1 behind it. But I'm going to tell you, don't look at me as you hear me speaking properly now. This is not an everyday occurrence. Right now, I'm just trying to show and prove that I can be intelligible when I need to be. But other than that, you're going to hear me curse you out and tell you you're a fucking bitch-ass bullshit motherfucker because you ain't following the rules of what's going on. We want to scream about how other people is killing us, but you don't want to talk about how Bobby Joe just shot so-and-so and you want us free the savage from jail. Leave that savage nigga in jail. The fuck boy, he come out of jail, he gonna just kill somebody else. Next week it's gonna be your family, and then you gonna scream, "Stop snitching!" No, but he just killed your nephew, so I mean, you just gonna let him ride with that? Okay, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, brother. Preach. That's what I'm. Look, I want the raw Shan, brother. Give me the raw Shan. You are being real nice, and we ain't at church today, so we can get it like we need to get it, brother.
No,
say what we need
still,
to say.
Am I getting my point across without being the vulgar Shan that we know?
Absolutely. No doubt.
Okay. So there's no difference whether I'm the vulgar Shan or this Shan or that. Shan's always going to be Shan, regardless. I'm never going to sell out to you motherfuckers. All right?
No doubt, no doubt.
That's all you got to worry about it. All of that nigga talking like he motherfucking got a suit on today. But you ain't got to worry about that because underneath the motherfucking suit is still that nigga that you always knew and loved. Don't fucking let the suit fool you, motherfucker. Don't let the proper diction get your brain fucked up for a minute. Cause we can definitely go back to the hood, my nigga. That's all I'm saying.
So we can always keep it 100. Like, don't be confused.
We could always go back to the 100, nigga. That's all I'm saying.
Now, with all that, man, with all that experience, is there anything that you would change if you can go back in time?
Look, and I always say this. When people ask me that, if I could go back and I could speak to my younger self, this is what I would whisper in my younger self's ear. Motherfucker, don't change a goddamn thing. You a bad motherfucker. Get it. Because I see, and I think, well, that's just my opinion. I think that everybody should look at their life the way it came out as a learning experience. Don't change anything about it, because anything that happens to you is what makes you you. Know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
it's nobody
brother.
else's fault that you made fucked up choices, and that's what makes you a fucked up individual. You got to wear that shit. I don't give a fuck, nigga. That's your fucked up life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You don't give a fuck about my fucked up life. You fucked yours up too, nigga. We all fucked up. Nigga, ain't nobody got no sympathy for you. And once you figure that part out, then you're going to live a lot easier. Because everybody got problems. Ain't nobody want to hear your shit. Shut the fuck up. Fuck out of here with that.
There you go. Where my dog's at. There you go. There you go. There you go. Speaking of dogs, brother, our brother DMX, you posted a video. I thought it was real. I think it's really some good information. You spit some real information out there. Now, folks may disagree, but that's what they do. We don't really care about that. But you really spoke from the heart. Would you mind sharing a little bit about your experiences, your feelings about what's going on with DMX? They're saying he overdosed, but again, you came from a different opinion.
And I came from a different opinion because everybody just want to put it on that. I'm a little skinny guy. I've sniffed grams and ounces and kilos of cocaine, okay? There's been, let me ask any of you, have any of you ever seen a crackhead overdose. You've never seen a crackhead overdose. There's crackheads that been out here smoking crack all day, every day for 30 years, and they still ain't OD. Crack is not that kind of a drug. Okay? Let's look at it like this. Let's just say this. Crack cocaine is like COVID. Okay? COVID is not gonna fucking kill you. But if you have an underlying problem, that's the main thing I'm saying about cocaine. Okay? There's people that have sniffed cocaine, but if you mainline it and do what that mainline, yeah, you're going to definitely OD on it. But for people to just put it on OD, he was over. No, that don't mean shit. He might have been getting high when he had a heart attack because the heart attack was underlying already, but it wasn't the motherfucking cocaine or OD. He just fucking had a heart attack while he was getting high. And that's his fucking business. And now let's say if he wasn't getting high and he was just enjoying his fucking time sipping a soda, and you niggas gonna say, oh, it's because he overdosed? Come on, man. Don't do that to my nigga. And let me give y'all a little bit of history about cocaine, motherfucker. From a man that fucking sniffed ounces and ounces that my nose is fucked up. One side of my nose bridge just goes straight to my brain. I don't even have a nose bridge on one side of my nose because I sniffed that much raw cocaine. And as I told people, I have a heart arrhythmia that I've had since I was a kid. It's called atrial fibrillation. Plenty of nights. When you sniff cocaine, your heart automatically races because that's the kind of drug it is. And it also messes with the endorphins in your head. Okay? So, you may get high and the paranoia may make your heart start bumping fast, but that's all it is. It's a panic attack. If you sit your ass down and relax, it's going to subside. Okay? And like I said, I've caught those kind of heart attack arrhythmias in between the 8 ball. Once my heart stopped, I went back and finished the fucking 8 ball. I'm still here talking to y'all today. And like I told people, y'all talking to Mr. Cocaine himself. I don't care that y'all niggas know I done sniffed up half Peru and smoked up half of Colombia. I don't give a fuck.
Woo, go
you know
ahead,
what
baby.
I'm saying?
Preach to him. Keep it real. Keep it
and
real.
That's what people need to hear, yo. It's like there's a lot of people out here to hide the fact. They going through shit right now. They don't want people to know that they're a functioning drug addict. And they point fingers. No, motherfucker, I'm a dope addict just like you. Nigga, you gonna have that monkey on your back till you die. Okay? Every day, anybody who is dealing with a drug addiction, whether it be alcohol, whatever the fuck it be, weed or whatever, every day you wake up, you are the barrier between you and saying yes and saying no. There's nobody forcing you to do shit. Nobody putting a gun to your fucking head. None of that shit. All the excuses in the world for you fucking doing the fuck nigga shit you doing to continue that, that's all on you. And you need to hold that shit. Ain't nobody making you do none of this shit. And if you OD on the motherfucker, that's your problem too. Nobody, let me tell you when a drug motherfucker is gonna get over it. When they're tired of being sick and tired. When you keep telling somebody that's on drugs about, oh, you know what you do? You force them to go get high again because you piss them off and it gives them an excuse, a perfect excuse to go get high again because that motherfucker won't tell me what the fuck I'm doing. So they gonna run out the house and go get high again because you keep pushing them. You just can't push them. You have to wait until they get sick and tired of being sick and tired. With my own son, I had to wait till my own son was at death's door knocker. Death was knocking on his door before he got sick and tired of being sick and tired of doing drugs. I couldn't tell him nothing. How can the pot call the kettle black?
Woo.
And that's just real life fucking experience. My son came by here today like, yo, Dad, I keep telling him, hey, you better stay home. He like, shit, I could go out if I want to. I done already had my experience. I ain't fucking around ever again. Why? Because he seen that light at the end of the tunnel get dim like a motherfucker when he was laying on that goddamn operating table, and the doctor's calling me, talking about if his heart stopped, do you want us to resuscitate him? One of the fucking iller decisions that I had to make in my life. Now, here goes the decision I had to make. Do I be stingy and have my son live in a less than tolerable quality of life? Or do I just say, let my son go and let him rest in peace? You don't never want to go through that kind of decision making. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad my son came through it, but I had to make the decision, Doc. My son is in such a fucked up state because he has cerebral palsy on top of the fucking drug problem, which the cerebral palsy is the cause for the drug problem from the fucking pharmaceutical drugs that they were giving him at the fucking doctor.
Oh, wow.
So now he's fucking around with fentanyl and all this other shit fucking him up. And he actually was on death's doorknob, dead in the ambulance, and the doctor fucking said if his heart stops again, then we revive him. So that's a decision I had to make in my life. But it's one that I made with conscience. I don't want him to live in a fucked up vegetative state just for my selfishness. So, Doc, that's what it is. And people who do drugs, they think that it only affects them. Sometimes you have to sit and think about your family members that you're affecting. You think that it's only you, and your main excuse to you is, oh, I'm the only one that is fucking up. I'm putting the drugs in my body. No. You're affecting your mama, you're affecting your brother, the people you're stealing from around you, the people you're lying to. You're affecting more than yourself. So when you stop being stingy and selfish and fucking greedy, that's when you're going to start realizing that your importance, you're more important than you think you are. That's the bottom line, and that's all I got to say about that, like Forrest Gump.
I see. So how's your son doing now? He's doing better?
I'm telling you, he drove up to my house today.
Oh, God bless. That's what's up, brother. God bless.
He drove up to my house today talking about Dad, my ramp, because he got one of them electric wheelchairs, right? I'm like, yo, he got a monster truck for a wheelchair. And he talking about, Dad, could you help me? Yo, listen, just reverse that shit on, nigga. I ain't got to come all the way to your house to show you how to do this. Just reverse that motherfucker all the way to be back here. I don't have no sympathy, man. It's like, I don't make him feel bad for his handicap. I actually make jokes with him. When his daughter runs from him, I said, go ahead, go chase her.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we know you fucked up, but why make it worse, nigga? Go ahead, go chase your daughter. Lonnie, come in.
Go handle that. Go handle that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I am. You gotta laugh at shit. You can't make everything so serious in your life to where it brings you down. And that's why I say I live every day. I don't try and act different. I am different.
Well, that's no doubt about that. You gotta let folks know what it is. And I'm gonna ask you this last part here because that was a deep conversation there. What's your opinion of hip hop today, brother? Where are we at today?
I don't even have one. I don't understand. It's a corporate entity now. It's nothing to do with any creativity. It's nothing to do with, it's just like Wild Wild West. I just came out with a new song called Bounce, right? And it's like, the way it is, it's like I'm still doing music on y'all music, yo. Y'all can't do music on my music. That just shows we transcend time. Lyrics are lyrics. When you have something to say, you're never going to run out of, you know what I'm saying? But when you want to mumble all day, and that's what they're teaching our new generation, you know what I mean? They always got an opportunity to go ahead and bring us down one notch or two. And the music has been it. They've seen that the music, when the Chuck D's and the public enemies and the brand Nubians and all of those that were speaking righteous consciousness into their music, when they seen how that affected the black community and it could uplift, they immediately figured out a plan on how to turn this positive thing that these black people got going on with these youth into something negative, where we can use the same platform and start ushering in these fuck niggas with the fuck nigga message. And then we're going to have a bunch of fuck niggas running around killing each other. Now, we haven't had any protests, right? In a minute. We had no protests, no goddamn storming of the Capitol. But yet we got all of these killings in Philly of black people killing black people. Nobody's saying that. All of these killings of black people killing black people in Atlanta. Nobody's saying nothing. All these killings of black people killing black people in Baltimore. Nobody's saying nothing. They let these videos on the internet fly over. If I say something about a bundle of sticks, and if you can look up what a bundle of sticks is, I'm not going to say the actual word, but you can look up what bundle of sticks. Just go look up the definition, bundle of sticks. But if I said the derivative word of that, I can get banned. But yet I can look at my Instagram timeline and all I see is black people causing violence on other black people, but that can fly through. I sometimes think that since you only see 1% of what's going through the internet, you can have 40,000 followers, but you only see 1%. How come most of the stuff that comes through my timeline be fucking ratchet? Why the fuck can't I see some glory shit for a change? Like, what the fuck going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, where's all of these fucking white people out here? Do they got a separate internet? Not being prejudiced, you know what I'm saying? But where's all of these preppy white people that are making all of this money and shit? Where's they internet? I want to look at that shit.
Say, look, you're not getting that feed. You're like, yo, where's this
I'm
feed?
not getting that feed. Where the fuck is the niggas that's making all this money that's buying fucking Ferrari boats and shit? Fuck this nigga bullshit, nigga. I ain't got a $1 million rap song in me, motherfucker, that I'm gonna get me a Ferrari boat. Fuck you. I wanna see these rich niggas internet that's fucking buying Ferrari boats. Fuck you niggas with your popcorn bullshit.
Yo, man, you're killing them. Now, where can we find the song that you said you made? Is it streaming?
And right now, it's on my Instagram because I made a glitch on TuneCore because I went and got Fizzle with a Wizard, but I tried to register it under MC SHAN. They're like, nah, buddy. Who is this Shizzle with a Whistle guy? Either you're Shizzle with a Whistle or you're MC SHAN. I said, fuck it, I'm Shizzle with a Whistle, nigga.
That's what's up, brother. Like I said, now, before we wrap up, is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want the masses to know, brother?
No, we're good.
Everything is good, brother?
Everything is copacetic.
But look, brother, I appreciate you being a guest on Smoke World. You know what I mean? You kept it real.
I appreciate you for having me.
You kept it real, even though your phone was a little tricky, Ricky, but we still love you. We ain't gonna blame that on nobody. We're gonna say, look, AT&T, T-Mobile,
Sprint. You blame it on me. I'm a cheap ass motherfucker. You ain't gonna see that on my Instagram. My phone got cracked screen and fucking screen roof. If you move your finger the wrong way, the shit just gonna keep fucking scrolling. Man, please. I ain't trying to buy no new phone right now.
I know, that's right.
Until this shit don't work, period.
Well, look, brother, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
You're always welcome, brother. Anything, like I said, once you drop that next album, get on Smoke World, letting the folks know what it is.
I ain't dropping another album.
Come on, man. We gonna do this, brother. Come on, man.
No, I ain't. Fuck that bullshit. Niggas don't support this one. You think I'm gonna be a dumb fucker and make another one? You got me fucked up.
Well, look, brother, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, chill your blood.
All right, man.
Here.
Peace.
Out.
Well, there you go, folks. Another episode of Smoke World in the books. We want to thank the brother MC SHAN, keeping it real. You understand? Keeping it real, what we call 100 in the streets. Again, folks, follow me on Instagram at SmokeWorld50. Send those emails into SmokeWorld50 at gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe, We will check you out on the other side. Peace.